Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing my favorite homeschool resources. If you've been following my channel, then you already know I homeschool my daughter, who is 5. But I had planned on making this video later on in the month, but because of everything kind of going on right now, I decided to go ahead and do this video now because I'm hoping it will be helpful for anyone who is watching this who wasn't homeschooling, who now is trying to homeschool or has been put into a position where they are trying to find extra activities for their kids to do, just due to the circumstances right now and the situations going on. So I actually, like I said, I homeschool my daughter who is 5. We are doing pre-K right now. We're almost done with the year and we're actually starting to prepare for kindergarten. But now I am also helping my son who is doing school from home. The county that we live in right now, with everything going on, has put all of the kids' assignments online. So they are still doing school and the teachers are coming up with those lesson plans and putting out the information for the parents. So I haven't had to do a whole lot of planning or anything when it comes to my son's curriculum and what we're doing currently right now with him. However, there are a couple things I did add to this list that I'll talk about at the very end of some somewhat educational things that he's been doing when he is done with his schoolwork to kind of keep our day flowing. And we're trying to keep as much of a routine to what we had before when it was just my daughter and I as we can. So without any more blabbing, I'm going to go ahead and get into my favorite homeschool resources, specifically for pre-K, 4th grade, pretty much elementary level. These are good resources if you have an elementary aged student. So my number 1 is ABC Mouse. I forgot to mention these are going to be either free or inexpensive, and I'll let you guys know which ones are free and which ones you do have to pay for. ABC Mouse is something that you have to pay for. For me personally, I find that the price is very reasonable for what it is. I think it's a really great resource. The way that our family personally uses ABC Mouse is just supplemental. We don't include it in our curriculum. It is something extra that my daughter will do. So, for example, today we did all of our lessons that I had planned and my son was still doing some schoolwork and I was helping him with that. So I had my daughter get on ABC Mouse and she did 5 lessons, and then once she's done with her lessons, she goes ahead and does whatever she wants. It's a classroom setup and they have like a learning path. So depending on the age level, you put in their age level and it'll take them on this learning path and teach them certain things, but they also can explore, they can have pets, they get tickets for doing their work, and so they can spend it on things. So she loves using that website and that app. We actually started using ABC Mouse with my son when he was 5 and he loved it as well, and I feel like it really helped him when it came to reading and learning his alphabet and all of that stuff. So because we had such a great experience with him, we decided to do it with my daughter too, and I think it's a combination of that with what I'm doing with her as well. But she has picked up on reading so fast and I really think ABC Mouse helps with that. So that is like my number 1 favorite resource right now. And then the next thing is textbooks. Workbooks. So I do have some favorite workbooks. I've mentioned them before. My favorite one is Big Preschool. I think that's what it's called. I'll try to link it below if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I found it on Amazon, and I think they have like the Big Kindergarten book. I'm sure they have other grades. I don't have mine anymore because I just went through all of our homeschool stuff about a week ago and threw things away we weren't using anymore. But that is my favorite. And then I also found some good ones from Aldi that I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. So I found this Good Grades kindergarten book, and we actually had a preschool version of this that we were using earlier this year, but we went through all of it. So I went ahead and picked up the kindergarten one. And I'm actually going to probably be doing a lot of this workbook over the summer with her whenever she's bored, because she loves doing workbooks in school. And so even over summer break, I have a feeling she's going to want to do some stuff. So I thought that this would be good to go over during the summer, and then whatever we don't finish, we can do next year. When I first picked this up, I just kind of glanced through it and I thought it was a lot of stuff she already knew. It's a lot of like numbers, colors, shapes, all that stuff. So I also picked up the first grade workbook, and it looks really good as well. This one says it has spelling, addition, word sounds, punctuation, and time. So after I got home and actually like looked through them, I am going to start her on the kindergarten page, because over the basic things like her colors, numbers, alphabet, all that stuff, but it also is a little bit more complicated than just knowing your ABCs and your numbers and all that stuff. So for example, this one for shape says make an X over the shape that is different in each row. There's ones that are read the number, then color the number of shapes. There's some that are find blue objects, draw a line to the matching objects below. So it takes those basic concepts and just kind of takes it to another level. So I do think I'm going to start on this book with her next year. Whatever we don't do over the summer, we will do next year. And then this one is really fun. We've done a few of the pages in here. This one is Not Your Usual Workbook, and it is a kindergarten level workbook. I found this at Five Below, so it was $5 there, and we really like this one because it's very, it's different activities that you don't normally see in a workbook, I feel like. So for example, the page I just turned to, it says read the clues and write the secret numbers. So it says start with 3, add 2 more, take away 1, and then you get your secret number. So it's again, some basic concepts, but it's just the way that they came up with this workbook, or the way that they did it, is just very creative and really makes you think. And it's a lot of activities and things that I personally wouldn't have thought of on my own, so I really like having it. This is a little bit too complicated for her right now, so there's only certain things we can do on here, but it is just fun to have, and I like to pick things out of here that I think she'd be able to do, that she would enjoy, to just kind of add in with our curriculum. So those are my favorite workbooks for her. Also, you should check out the dollar store. They have a lot of good workbooks. We're currently using a phonics workbook that we got from there. We also found an adding and subtracting Frozen themed workbook that she really likes. So that's a good place to look for workbooks as well. Another app that I really like, and we actually just recently installed this, is Khan Academy Kids app. So Khan Academy has a website and an app for older kids, and I'm not sure if it's free or if you have to pay for it, honestly, because we haven't used it with my son. But they also have I think it's called like Adventure Con Kids or something like that. I'll write it on the screen when I figure it out, but it's a free app for like preschool, kindergarten ages. And my daughter recently started doing it and she loves it, and I really like it too. So that is another good one. And then also, as far as apps go, Teacher Monster to Read, I think that's what it's called. Again, I'll put it on the thing. I'm sorry, I should have looked all these up before I started filming. But that one's a really good one as well. We recently got my daughter a Kindle, and we put ABC Mouse, Khan Academy, and the Teacher Monster to Read all on there for her. So whenever she finishes her schoolwork or is bored, or I just need to get her to do something educational while I'm doing something else, I love having those apps available to her, and she loves using them. So those are my 3 favorite apps. Another really fun resource, and this is again something you have to pay for. It is a subscription, and it's called Koala Crate. So I am not sponsored by Koala Crate, but I actually originally heard about Koala Crate through other YouTubers. because there were a lot of YouTubers being sponsored by Koala Crate, and they just looked really fun, and so I decided to go ahead and try it out. So I actually have one of the activities that we did. This was a bug themed activity, and they're really cool because they come with all the supplies you need for whatever activity comes in the box. There's different age groups of boxes, and they're all themed. So this one was bug themed. She made some wings that she could wear. It comes with a little magazine you can read. It has a few like activities in there that you can do with your kids. It also came with this cute little pouch that we decorated, and inside the pouch we have some little bug matching cards so we could play memory. So those are really fun activities for your kids. We used Koala Crate a few times, and then I did stop my subscription because for us personally, it just didn't fit in with our budget at the time. But if you can afford it, I think it's a great subscription to have, and it's really fun, and we looked forward to getting it every time that we did. So another resource that I'm really liking right now, my daughter is starting to learn how to read, and so I went ahead and got these Bob books on Amazon. This is the set 1 beginner reader, and it comes with different levels of books. So she's got like, there's a red, purple, and then green in this particular box. And it starts off really easy. It teaches just basic sounds and words, and each one has a set of sounds that book is specifically trying to teach. And so they just kind of repeat it. It's very easy, simple, like 3-letter words that you start with. And so we've just gone through these books, and then when she confidently can read one of these books to me, we move on to the next book. And this has been working out really well. She is picking up on reading really fast, and being able to read easy books like this is really good because it builds her confidence, and when she finishes the book, she's very proud of herself, which makes her like reading. And so I really, really like these Bob books. If you have a kid who is just starting out reading, these are great books to start with. Another really good resource is Teachers Pay Teachers, and that is a website. There are some free resources on there, and then there are also some that you have to pay for. It just depends, but basically it is a site where teachers or homeschoolers, anyone I think, can go on there and create worksheets and activities, and then they can put them on there for sale or just for free. I've gotten a lot of worksheets on there. We recently did a bug book, and I got that from there. So that is a great website to look at if you're looking for worksheets for your kids, if you're looking for different activities. There's a lot of creative things on there. You can search by age group, you can search by grade, you can search by topic. So what I do is, if you've been following, then you already know, but I have a theme for each week, and then I pick out worksheets and activities based on that theme. So for example, the week that we did the bug book, our theme was bugs, and I just went on Teachers Pay Teachers, typed in bugs with pre-K and kindergarten as the grades, and a ton of worksheets and activities came up for me to choose from. And the book I actually found was a free resource, which is always really nice, but the other ones, when they do charge, they're really reasonably priced, and it helps other teachers, which is really nice. So that is a great resource. Also, Netflix is a great resource. There are tons of documentaries on Netflix. My daughter really loves this one that is If I Were an Animal. Magic School Bus is really great. In fact, next year I'm going to pick my themes kind of based on Magic School Bus, because I think it would be fun for her to be able to watch one of the episodes of Magic School Bus, and then we could do activities based on it. So definitely Netflix is a good resource. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy on screen time, and a lot of these are apps, and obviously Netflix is TV. So it's just up to you what you're comfortable with. But for me personally, when she does watch TV, I like to have her watch like If I Were an Animal or something on PBS, Daniel Tiger, something like that. So they definitely can be a good resource as well. And then Another resource, which we are all familiar with, I'm sure, is Pinterest. I absolutely love Pinterest. There are so many good ideas. I use Pinterest more for activities, like when I'm trying to be creative. That's when I will use Pinterest to try to kind of help me plan out my lesson plans. When it comes to worksheets and stuff, I like to use the workbooks and like Teachers Pay Teachers. But for example, we had our 100th day of school about a month ago, and there were so many ideas of things to do on Pinterest. And if you didn't see, I have a video of like homeschool FOMO, things that I was afraid that I or my daughter would miss out on because we chose to homeschool. And Pinterest just helps so much, because whenever I'm feeling in a rut or something's coming up and I want to make it fun and exciting and I don't want her to miss out on something, there's so many creative ideas on there, and it just gets your mind flowing with all of these ideas. And you can find ways to make a lot of stuff really, really fun in your homeschool curriculum. So Pinterest is great. And then I had also on here YouTube, which I'm sure we all are aware is a great resource, not only for looking at like channels like mine where there are actual parents who are sharing their homeschooling journey, but also one that I really love is called Have Fun Teaching, and it is a channel where they just teach different concepts. I used it to teach my daughter the alphabet. They had songs for each letter of the alphabet, and so that's what I used it for. But there are so many other channels and resources on YouTube that either will show you parents who are homeschooling or are channels that are meant to teach and your kids can learn from. So that is something that I love using as well. And then a couple of things that I added on here, like I said at the beginning, right now my son is home with us, and so I thought I would just add a few resources in here for older kids if you have them. So actually my daughter uses this sometimes too, but we love Duolingo. My son loves to mess around on Duolingo and try learning different languages. He's really interested in, I think he was learning Greek or something. But yeah, so Duolingo is a great app if you're not familiar with it. It is an app that will teach languages. And so I've personally used it for Spanish. My husband is Korean and my kids both have Korean in them. So we like to try to look up Korean words and try to learn Korean. They have all kinds of languages on there. So that is a really fun educational app. And then also Minecraft, that is fun, and it also can be educational. There are actually a lot of resources, if you look online, of ways that people have gotten creative using Minecraft and actually using it to teach. We have not gotten very specific with it because, again, this is very unexpected and usually my son is at school, but Minecraft is a great way to pass the time, and it's a really fun game, but it also isn't anything crazy, and it can be educational. So those are just a couple ideas of things that your older kids can do. Also, if you're looking for more educational things, there's a lot of like free typing websites. I know I like to work on typing with my son because that is an area that he could improve on, and it does kind of help him when it comes to school. They do a lot of stuff on the computer, so when he is home, I do like to have him do typing websites occasionally. But yeah, so those are just a few resources if you have older kids, and then also all of my resources that I personally love to utilize with my daughter. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will see you guys in the next one.